About about a quarter to 6. I woke up at 5 and I was like, I'm not going back to sleep because I was anxious to get this thing done. So about a quarter to 6, I mean. I woke up at 5:30 and about a quarter to 6 they came to weigh me and I was down to 398. So all of that infection, whatever that was, water, pus, whatever that was, it was like 20 pounds worth. And I can tell that because they had not given me my IV, that it was starting to swell up again. And I told them, don't I need the IV? Well, it didn't come up in your you know, because they have like this electronic. I mean, the hospital has become really like electronic, like really high tech. And it's like, instead of it being written on your chart, it pops up in the computer. And then it'll say, it's time to give, the patient this. And I'm like, so I don't know if it popped up and they forgot, but I'm like, so I'm here 3 days and I only got antibiotics for a day and a half. I could feel it starting to swell up. The pain came back. I had to say, look, I know you're not allowed to give me the powder but twice a day, but I need this powder to help alleviate the pain. So they gave me a little bit. Another thing is it just doesn't come out. One of the nurses had to pop up and down, put some in her hand. So they were not really putting enough on me to make a difference. And anyway, I'm just I did, 6 o'clock came. They did the they came and they gave me that stuff you have to drink. Thank goodness it was not that shake thick stuff. It was watery. So I said, thank God. It was more like drinking a soda. I said, okay, I can tolerate this. So they gave me 2 huge cups and said, drink this. Every half hour, drink half a cup. And I will be here 7:30. So I did that. 7:30 came. Nothing. Guess what nurse I get again? The one that left me hanging on Sunday, telling me she was going to call the doctor. 7 hours, she could not call the doctor and ask him about that, and then left me hanging that night, that the nurse had to put in a note. Thank goodness the pharmacy was 24 hours, and they brought me that medication, at night. So we took one look at each other, and I was like, oh no. So 7:30 came, they didn't come. 7:45, they didn't come. I came outside, and I said to her, where are they? I was afraid something was going to go wrong and I wasn't going to get this CAT scan, and I needed to be discharged that evening. She's like, I'll take care of it when I'm done. 5 minutes, nothing. Another 5 minutes. I don't know what she's doing, but she did not call. No, she said, oh, they said they'll be here. That's what she said. I said, you know what? I think I went out. Another 5 minutes, I come there. And I went out there and I said, look, where's the head nurse? I want to speak to the head nurse. They usually give me her number, and that morning they forgot to give me her number. There's a different head nurse every day. So I said, where's the head nurse? I want to speak to her. And they were all like, oh, we don't know. We'll have to find out and blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the heck is going on today? It was I mean, I don't mean to tell me, but it was as if all the nurses, they had taken stupid pills or something, really. It was like, oh, we don't know. I mean, I was like, heck, this is not the time for this. So I went, I said, look, I want to speak to that nurse because somebody's not making the calls that need to be made. And she heard me. She had walked out of the room, and I'm looking at her, yeah, like you. I was just so frustrated. It was 8 o'clock and they still had not come. And I went out there and said, I want to speak to the head nurse right now. I guess she finally penetrated her head. And she came in. She made the call, comes in at 8:01 and says, they will be here at exactly 8:15. I said, okay. I'm just sitting there anxious, pacing. I just want this done. I couldn't get my diabetes pills until I had eaten. I couldn't eat until that was done. I hadn't eaten for 17 hours, and I wasn't even allowed to drink water. I hadn't drank water for like 12 hours, and I was dying of thirst. The lady comes with the food tray, and she's like, oh, you can't, she can't. I'm looking at her. Don't worry, I'm not going to eat. I just want this CAT scan done. So she says, well, put it against the wall. Keep it away from her. So I'm like, whatever. So you put it over there. I'm not going to eat. Don't worry. And I didn't want anything to interfere with this scan. And exactly like at 8:15, they even told the clock tells you the seconds. I was watching those seconds. I'm like, they better not go to 8:16. She came before 8:16. She took me down and she said, oh, I'm sorry. The lady who saw you this morning, it was her turn to, I think they changed staff at 6 o'clock. at 7 or 8, and so they said, oh, she left at 7, and I wanted to make sure you know that stuff was in your system, and I'm a little behind or whatever, so I will, I'll I'm sorry that we came so late. So she brought me. They did the CAT scan, and it's painful because I can't lay on my back, I can't breathe. And it was just horrible. It was like one of the longest. I think it took 10-15 minutes, and I was like, if this isn't over soon, I'm not gonna be able to breathe anymore. And it was just scary. I can't lay on my back because it's just hard for me to breathe. So and then I had the pain in my body, but it was over, thank God. They brought me up, and they said it takes 2 hours to get the results. Again, I don't see the doctor till late in the day. So, again, 4:30 comes, she comes. I couldn't believe what she said to me, and I don't believe it, and I think I need a second opinion. No organs are obstructing your bowel. I said, okay. But why is my stomach so swollen? Why, I'm getting all these spasms. Spasms come from muscles. And she said there was nothing wrong with my organs. I said, okay, do I have a tumor? Do I have a huge cyst? What's going on? Oh, it's just fat. Your fat got infected. I've seen it before. You are going to need surgery. I said, well, what about diet? She said, just like the other doctor said, you're beyond that. You're beyond that. You need surgery there. The skin is hanging, the fat deposit's there, and it gets infected. So I said, Medicaid's not going to pay for that. And she says, you got to get insurance. Insurance isn't going to pay for that either. Unless the doctor can convince them it's life or death, they're going to consider it aesthetic. They're going to consider it cosmetic surgery. So I'm like honestly didn't know what to feel. Because if it would have been a tumor or it would have been a cyst, they would have had to do emergency surgery. But it wasn't. And so now what? So she's like, you're beyond dieting to help you. You need help. Again, what the doctor said. And I was just, honestly, I think I was just in shock. I didn't know what to feel. I felt like I should be, my brain should have been exploding thinking about the finances and all that. They did tell me that because it was a private hospital, it's going to be way, way, way more money than a county hospital when I get that bill. So, I didn't know what to feel. She says, I'm going to discharge you. I'm going to prescribe some medications for you. And we're going to have to get rid of the excess water in your legs. Give you antibiotics for the infection. Something for your diabetes, something for your high blood pressure. And didn't even mention my heart. And runs out the door, and I was just in shock. I'm like, I don't believe that. Then why am I spasming? I spasmed about 2 months ago, and right before I went into the hospital. And while I was in the hospital, I was spasming the whole time. Spasms don't come from fat. Spasms come from muscle. So what the heck? I just honestly didn't know what to think or what to feel. I was just at my wit's end by this time. All I kept thinking is, I'm going to die if I can't get this help. And I'm too exhausted to be going back and forth to Medicaid like I did all summer with my kids. So I'm just going to, make phone calls. And I know you can apply for stuff online because I can't do anything more. And again, I just didn't know what to feel. And when I went to go get my medications that Wednesday night, the doctor told me these water pills they're giving you are going to hurt your kidneys. You have kidney stones. You can't take this. So you better call the doctor back. So I called the doctor back the next morning, and she's like, oh, you don't have gout. You're okay. You could take it. I'm like, okay. I took the pills for 2 days, and it started yesterday morning. My kidneys were hurting me. Also, for the past 3 days, I've been so dizzy from the medications. Very lightheaded, having headaches all day. They gave me information. They gave me information in the hospital in Spanish, and I can read it, but I don't always understand everything I'm reading, so I'm going to need a Spanish-English dictionary. I just really feel lost. I think I finally figured out after a couple of days, I feel completely lost.